Let's welcome to the stage our Shang-Chi panel, the Legend of the Ten Rings cast, Simu Liu, come on out! Meng'er Zhang! And Florian Munteanu, come on out!
We're so polite.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you guys doing today?
Great.
I'm so good. Look at everybody.
Right?
It's so good to see people in person.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's amazing to see you all guys here. Cool.
What an incredible whirlwind this whole experience has been. It's been so fun to follow the trajectory of all of your careers. We've got lots of folks who have questions for you, so we will be sure to get to those. But I do have to start by asking you about the very moment that you knew you were cast. It was kind of a different story for each one of you. So let's go ahead, Simu, and start with you.
On me?
Yeah.
I probably had the least exciting story.
That's why we started with you.
That's fair. That's fair. Prepared to be underwhelmed. No, I was in my underwear in my apartment. Yeah, I had just woken up from a nap. It was like 6 o'clock. I was working on set early that day, and then I got home. I remember we wrapped early. I got home, took a nap, woke up, was in my underwear, eating shrimp crackers.
Nice.
And then I get a call on my phone, and it's an unknown number from Burbank, California. And I had screen tested for this role like 2 days prior, so I knew, and I knew that Disney Studios was located in Burbank, so I was like, this is it. So I started freaking out, obviously. Picked up the phone. It's Kevin Feige on the other line. And he's like, hey, Simu, it's Kevin Feige from Marvel Studios. I'm here with Sarah Finn, our casting director, Destin Daniel Cretton, our director, and we want to tell you something. And then far off in the distance, I hear Destin, and he's like, we want you to be Shang-Chi, man! And that was it. I screamed into my phone, and I cried, and then Kevin was like, now, Simu, this is very important. We're going to Comic-Con in 4 days. You cannot tell anybody this news. Do not tell your family. Don't tell your friends. We need to keep this a secret. And I was like, yeah. Sure. You got me. I got you. Don't worry, Kevin. And then I hung up and I immediately called my best friend. Because you can't keep news like that in. I mean, come on. No, you guys are probably better secret keepers than me.
Yeah,
what about you guys?
I kept the secret all the way because at the first place I didn't know I was auditioning for a Marvel movie. I just saw an audition call in a group chat, and it said they wanted a girl who can speak both English and Chinese. And I thought to myself, well, I can be that girl, so I sent myself tapes without knowing I was auditioning for a Marvel movie, and until they sent me to Sydney to do a screen test with Simu, and when I saw that name, that's the moment I knew, oh, I was auditioning for Shang-Chi.
So you got on a plane, you got on a plane, and you're just like, yeah, wherever.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I remember that because you were by yourself. Like you didn't come with anyone.
No, I was by myself.
Yeah. So you just got on a plane and you're like, Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah. And on the plane, I was like, okay, I'm gonna play Simu's sister. So I want to search some pictures of him so I can start to build the chemistry or relationship with this guy. So I pull out my phone and Google his picture, and the very first couple of pictures popped up was him in Sydney, like wandering in Bondi Beach, like.
Oh, by myself?
Yeah, by yourself, and hanging on the picture on Bondi Beach on the. It's very funny.
For context, I arrived in Sydney, like I was the first in the cast to arrive in Sydney, and like I knew nobody. So like on the weekend, I randomly went to Bondi Beach and like got papped, but it was the saddest paparazzi you've ever seen because it was just me in a backpack, like. Yeah. Like I wasn't with anyone, I wasn't on drugs, I was like, it was just the lamest, I was just like a little tourist.
Yeah, that picture.
Yeah, that one.
And I just, okay, this is gonna be my brother, okay?
I'm half Aussie, and I love that you guys had a great experience down there. It's and from Sydney too. Okay, tell me about your story.
Well, I knew that I was going to audition for Marvel. I didn't know the role.
What
exactly.
gave it away? Superhero vibes.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they said to me they need a big guy, and I was looking at my arms, and I was like, yeah.
You're like, no.
Yeah, no.
I gotta hit the gym.
I think I can handle it, you know. And then obviously I auditioned for it, and I was very excited, but those things take time, and it took like 3 or 4 weeks, and then you start to think about it, you start to doubt it, and then obviously at some point I got the call from my agents, and they were like, you want to do Marvel? I was like, why not?
I think they said you want to do Marvel, put on 30 pounds. I would love to have someone tell me to gain weight, by the way. That's what, basically you had to bulk up for the role.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, when I got the call from my agents, I also had underwears, also some other clothes as well, but...
Something tells me that me in underwear looks very different from you in underwear.
Still good, though.
Still good, still good, still good. Just different.
So we're here for the fans, and there's a lot of them in the room, so we're going to get to questions right away. We'll start with you over here. How are you doing? What's your name? Where are you from?
Hi, my name is Kayla. I'm from Philadelphia.
Hi, Kayla.
Hi, Kayla from Philadelphia.
My question is just for Simu. I know you're also a giant Star Wars nerd.
Yes.
So if you could be cast as any Star Wars character, whether or not it's been cast already, who would you be cast as?
Whether, like, oh yeah. It would have to be a Jedi.
Yeah.
Because I have, let's just put it this way, I've broken so many light bulbs in my various apartments doing this. So I guess that narrows our pool down. I don't know, maybe like Kylo Ren. Maybe like Kylo Ren. Yeah, like dark Jedi.
The villains
That'd be
are always
fun.
fun to play.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I agree. Yeah.
Hi, question for you over here.
Hi. Oh, sorry, y'all. I'm Emily Sissel. I'm from Fredericksburg City. I'm a Title I inner city middle school social studies teacher, so I'm a real superhero.
You are.
I like it.
The 11 to 14.
Your costume looks amazing, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I'm also sorry that you did not get my number from Bruce. Maybe later.
Yeah, it was weird. She just said that and then left. It's cool.
I was wondering if you guys had any advice for that 11 to 14 age group that I can show my students next year.
You mean like an advice, general
Life,
life?
the world.
Yeah.
Well, my advice would definitely be...
Go to the gym. I'm kidding. Okay, no, you say it. Say it. No, you
Someone
give
had
your,
to say it.
You give your advice.
No, you got it right. Go to the... I mean, yeah, obviously, do what you love, but never listen to anyone but yourself. If you believe in yourself, that's all what you need, and you're going to make it.
That's good. Yeah, I'd say what makes you different is your superpower. You know, I think growing up as kids, we're so afraid of being ostracized by the people around us that we see the ways in which we're different, and we hate that about ourselves because we just want to fit in, we just want to be cool. And yeah, I'd say the differences, the things that make you special and unique, that's cool. You know? Like, look at it, you know? We're so different.
No,
We're both so cool.
Well, I think definitely every single one of us has talents. We just have to find them. But I truly believe that every single one of us has special abilities. So believe in yourself. We are the best proof that everything's possible.
And if you happen to be 6'4" and grow up to be 300 pounds of pure muscle, then call up Florian.
Hit me up.
Meng'er, what about you?
Yeah, I basically just what they say, always believe in yourself and surround yourself with people who believe in you.
That's a
Thank
great
you.
question.
They're going to be so stoked to see this.
One of the things that it kind of reminds me of, though, that's applicable even when you're older, is your story about having a different job before you landed here. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because the idea of believing in yourself and chasing a goal can also happen later in life as well. And there's perhaps people in this room who are thinking about kind of making a change. It doesn't always work out the way it did for you, but let's talk about doing what you want to do.
Well, let me a quick hand poll in the audience. Any accountants in the room tonight?
Woo, love accountants. Woo. Love it.
I'm an accountant.
A lot more enthusiasm than I expected, actually. Well, I was an accountant. I went to school for finance and accounting. I wound up working in the offices of Deloitte. Why would you cheer for that? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Love Deloitte. But it was one of those situations where, you know, you do 4 years of school, and I don't know what kind of student you guys were, or if you went to school, but I was the guy that skipped class. I was the guy that, like, you know, everyone around me was like reading the Wall Street Journal every day. I was like, that's stupid. I want to play Halo with my roommates, so that's what I did.
Break some light bulbs.
And you know, that should have been a sign early on that I maybe wasn't where I needed to be in life, but you know, I kind of just pushed on, partially because of pressure from my family, from my friend group, you know, not directly, but just this feeling of like, I have to maintain like a successful path, right? It looked so good on paper. And then I got to work for Deloitte, and it was one of those situations where woke up every day miserable, got into work, and it just, you know, not to knock on the profession of accounting, but I think there's a specific personality that it's well suited for, and I was completely not that. So I wound up actually getting laid off 8 months in. I hadn't even turned 23, and I was unemployed, and it was kind of that rock bottom moment for me that led me to do that self-reflecting, to say, well, I have nothing left to lose. What are the things that I wanted to do that I never gave myself permission to before because I was afraid to admit it to the world, or I was afraid of the way that the world would judge me? And I'd always wanted to be on a movie set. So what else did I do? I went on Craigslist. I somehow wound up on the set of a Guillermo del Toro movie. It was the coolest thing ever. I'd never been on a movie set before, and then all of a sudden, it's like, you walk in and it's like a sound stage. I mean, it's a room like this, and just imagine, you know, like buildings that have been built, like, you know, it looked like I was in a neighborhood in a different part of the world, and, you know, the energy of a set is so kinetic as well. It's so crackling, and everyone's just so full of purpose. It changed my life, and I realized from that moment on, I was like, you know, I need to do things that make me feel like that, like electric, things that get me out of bed in the morning. And I didn't have a plan necessarily right from day one, but I was like, I want to find my way back onto a movie set, and so I did. And I was, you know, it was a minimum wage extra for a very long time, and then eventually I got an agent and just kind of kept going. And the whole time, I just remember thinking to myself, I don't want to do anything else. And that's it. That's how it happened.
Thank you for sharing that story. I didn't realize the Craigslist part of it. I like it.
Don't do that. I would not recommend. Don't go on Craigslist. Just
question over here.
Hi, my name is Alex. I'm from DC.
Hi, Alex.
Gorgeous. You guys are gorgeous. Oh. But my question is for Simu. I am a big fan of Kim's Convenience. Lovely show. One of the things I really liked about it is kind of subverted that Asian stereotype. So I want to know, what was it like playing, you know, one of the new tropes, which is the Asian himbo?
Can you define for the audience Asian himbo?
You stepped in it.
No, it's kind of like a bimbo but a man.
Oh, a bimbo but... I'm mentally trying to figure out if that's a compliment.
It is.
Okay, I appreciate that. Well, I think, you know, I think what you're speaking to is this, you know, this stereotype that sometimes exists for, you know, I think Asian men and women in society, I think we face a similar problem where the media, because here's the thing, traditionally, Asian characters written on screen haven't been written from the perspective of an Asian writer or an Asian storyteller, so oftentimes, oftentimes the characters are two-dimensional or they're stereotyped, and they're created through the lens of a gaze that is not authentic to us. And so what that meant for Asian women was one thing, oftentimes very like exoticized, very, sexualized. And for Asian men, it was another thing. It was like dorky and, not desirable. And it creates complexes in us growing up when we watch that on TV and we're like, is that all I can be? And I wouldn't necessarily advocate, it's like not every Asian man will or should look like me, but I think if I can stand for anything, it's that like everyone deserves to feel good about themselves, and whatever that means for you individually, the media should not be the thing that is like holding you back, and so I'm happy to fly in the face of that.
Yeah.
Thank you. We have a question over here.
Love the costumes.
Oh, thank you. Hi, my name is Jay. I'm from Bethesda, Maryland. I'm half Chinese on my dad's side, so obviously this movie was a really big deal for my family and for, I assume, a lot of people like us. So my question is for Meng'er and Simu. I was wondering, what is it like to just suddenly go from normal life to being thrust into the middle of this cultural flashpoint and to be like this symbol of representation for so many people?
You don't want Florian to take that one?
I mean, he can try.
I'll take it after you.
No, that's a really wonderful question. I mean, did you want to? Okay. I mean, I had the immense privilege of being on a show called Kim's Convenience for many seasons before, and the thing is, we were getting those questions about representation all the way back when, and I remember the first time, or when I was really just starting out, our first season had come out, and it was like when we were doing these press runs, nobody would ask us about the show. Like they would just ask us about being Asian, and it was at that point I realized that like we were always just going to get those questions. I'm going to get those questions for the rest of my career. And I could be cynical about it, or I could really see it as an opportunity to share with the world a unique and new perspective that they might not, have considered before. And so, I started leaning in, and I feel like the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And then, I also feel like, as much as I can, I try not to make the conversation about me. I think there's a message, and there's a message out there that's far bigger than my own individual career, and so I want to put myself in service of that, and if I'm temporarily the instrument through which that message comes through, then great, and somebody else will bear the torch later. But to be a part of that is very gratifying. For people like yourself, for people, all the people in the audience who grew up not feeling seen or heard in a specific way. If you saw Shang-Chi and you felt seen, that means a lot to me. So, yeah.
Great question. You're nodding in agreement. You're like, yep, I second that. It is important to note that at some point those questions will stop because there will be parity and it will become a non-factor, right? So the groundwork that you lay, right, it will. It just sometimes takes time. So we appreciate you not being cynical about the questions because they do matter. Question over here from you. Hi.
Hi, my name is Michael. This is for Simu. So it's relating to Kim's Convenience. My family actually got me into that, and then I introduced them to Shang-Chi since I thought that was equal. So did your...
The same, yeah.
Well, you're in both, so why not, right? So did your experience on Kim's Convenience influence your impact as like the new face of the MCU?
Yeah, it was all the months of martial arts training that I did to prepare for Kim's Convenience. I really threw myself into that role. Zhang as a car rental, attendant, required a lot of art. No, there are very, very different experiences, but I would say Kim's Convenience. I think because the show ended up doing so well, and first of all, when we started the show, it was just this like little Canadian sitcom that eventually found its way onto Netflix, and that's how we tapped into a massive global audience, which we're so grateful for. But that really gave me the foundation of a lot of my skills, because I'm not a theater school grad, you know, so I'm very much like a learn by doing kind of guy. And so yeah, those seasons of Kim's Convenience were immensely important for me to learn comic timing and just how to sell a joke that's written on a page, how to improvise. And you know, as we know with Marvel, you know, a lot of the characters, you know, we need a sense of humor. You know, we're not the DC universe.
Oh!
Shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that.
Now you stepped in it. No, I'm teasing. But you know, you're talking about Netflix and you're talking about martial arts training. And Meng'er, I have to ask you if the 4 months of training you did for this particular role is going to come into play in what you're doing in The Witcher.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. The 4-month training for Shang-Chi was very intense and also very, very, very fun. Yeah, I punched Simu every day.
You actually did hit him.
Yeah.
She didn't have to. It was just.
That's not the story.
Nobody told her to do that.
Tell the story, Meng'er.
It felt really good.
But it was in one of your first scenes, right? Take me back to when you socked him in the face.
Oh, the first.
Yeah,
yes,
the first time.
The first fight scene between the two of us was in the underground fight club.
In the octagon, yeah.
Yeah, and I was pretty nervous because never really hit someone for real. And he was really encouraged, and he said, "Yeah, just go for it. You can't hurt me. Like just go for it. I can take it." I said, "Oh, okay." So I went for it, and I threw a punch in his face.
Didn't hurt. Barely felt it. I was like, "Did you hit me? Did you even hit me? I don't know." Oh, okay. No, I thought it was just like a fly had landed on my nose or something.
What about my elbow, though?
You have really bony elbows. You have really bony elbows. I mean,
shouldn't do that with me, though. I'm just saying.
Yeah, now, I don't think, Simu, you ever said that to him when you were practicing. Just hit me, dude. I can take it.
Yeah, just hit me, dude. I can take it. Oh, yeah? No, you would say that. You would say that to me.
We changed roles here.
We did.
So, Florian, for you, you are used to hitting people. That's your start is as a boxer. So how did you transition from boxing in that sort of physicality into something like a Marvel blockbuster, highly choreographed, bust scenes? I mean, just a totally different style of fighting, and one that you're not used to as a boxer.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a change. I was very lucky to did Creep before that, so I changed this whole fighting style in, not actually hitting people, but missing the punches. That helped with Simu, He was very lucky that I had that experience before that. But yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, you never accidentally punched me in the face.
Thank you. Yeah,
exactly. No, I appreciate that.
Have a good eye.
I'd probably be dead.
And we need you. I knew that. So, but yeah, the boxing style is very different. Creed is a boxing movie, and my fighting style was very boxing orientated. But coming into this, I knew they wanted to do a martial arts inspired movie, and we were very lucky that we had a great team, a great stunt team. They've been on us for weeks and weeks and weeks. I mean, we obviously put in the work, but especially in the bus, I don't know how many times we got injured. And especially for a guy like me, who's tall and big, a bus is a very unpleasant place to be. I'm telling you, it was tough.
Florian inside a city bus is a very hilarious sight. And they wanted you to bulk up for the role, right? Because they were, Destin was like, "Oh yeah, we want you to look like big,
he was like
even more menacing than you already looked just walking around." So he was huge, and then Florian plays Razor Fist, so one of his arms is like so he had this attachment to one of his arms, and so much of the moves were just like these big sweeps and slashes. And so you would just hit everything, wouldn't you?
It was great, except for you.
Except for me.
Right? That was the goal.
Man.
But, it worked. We had a great sequence there. It was a lot of fun. And I definitely got better as a fighter, as an actor, as a person to work with those beautiful people. So.
And I kicked you. I must have kicked you in the chest like 100 times.
Bro, you still owe me a laugh for that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He was kicking me like 50 times for that one stunt we had to pull off. You know that one stunt where he's kicking me back into the bus?
Yeah, I do a little flagpole. I do a little flagpole, and I'm like, ugh. Yeah.
I still feel it today, but hey, that's what we do.
That's what we do.
Thank you for your question. Over here, hi.
Hi, my name is Karen Joyce. I am an accountant, and you make our people proud. My question is for the three of you. Which characters from the Marvel Universe would you like to see each of your characters fight in the octagon?
Nice question.
You know, we had such a great run. We had such a great, Shang-Chi came out, we saved cinema. It was like we set a Labor Day box office record. And then Spider-Man came along. And in my humble opinion, great movie, loved it. I grew up watching, you know, I've seen all of them. But in my opinion, deployed a cheat code and brought back, went nostalgia all the way 20 years. All of that, I would love to have a friendly chat with Spider-Man. I think that'd be really fun in the octagon. I get my rings though. Just putting it out there.
Anyone else want to take that?
Yeah.
Ant-Man. Yeah! And my favorite hero.
I thought I was your favorite hero. It's fine. I get it.
I mean, for me, it would probably be Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I know Razor Fist and Wolverine, they met in the comics as well, and I think a Battle of the Blades would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, we'll see.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your question. Hi, let's go over here to you. Oh, wait. Notice the cosplay.
I'm Madison, and I'm from Maryland. So, like, this question is just, like, for all of you. How does it feel to be a part of the Marvel franchise?
It's incredible. It's incredible. I remember walking out in Hall H for the first time. You know, is a room very similar to this one. It just extended as far as my eye could see, and it was just that really in that moment it hit me just how global and universal these movies are. And you know, in my opinion, I think there's so much out there in the world right now that's trying to divide us. It's like very few things left that we can all just like, regardless of where we come from, what language we speak, what culture, you know, we can all just kind of enjoy these movies for what they are. And I think that's extremely powerful and very important. So it's the best thing ever, especially because I grew up watching all the superhero movies. Even like the hard ones too, the tough ones to get through, you know. 2 Nicolas Cage Ghost Riders. Right? Chris Evans, you know, Jessica Alba, Fantastic Four, 2 of those. Loyal Marvel fan the whole way through. Never, you know, 2 Punishers. Punisher Warzone. I sat through it all.
Yeah, it felt great. It felt amazing to be in the Marvel Universe. And I think for me, the greatest thing is I got all of you guys here.
I mean, yeah, obviously for me, lifetime goal, I trained to be a superhero in real life. And now I made it here as well, so yeah, that was the best feeling, 100%.
Awesome. What a great question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, question over here.
Hi, I'm Allie from Alexandria, Virginia. And my question is, a lot of us are here because we're big fans of all kinds of things. What's something that you guys, that maybe we don't know you're a fan of, or something that we would be surprised to hear you say, I love doing that?
I like that. That's good.
That's a good question.
I want to hear, what do you like to do that's like unexpected? I just imagine you perpetually punching a punching bag.
I mean, punching is nice, you know. Cannot deny that. But are we talking now about movies?
Just in general.
In general?
Yeah.
What are your hobbies, man?
I'm a huge soccer fan. I know soccer is not too big in America, but But that's again like sports all the way. You know, we can talk basketball.
Wait, no. I know this. I will answer on Florian's behalf. Florian loves anime.
Dragon Ball! Dragon Ball!
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one. Like, I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. One Piece, Naruto, One Punch Man. You can name it all. I'm your guy. I love Dragon Ball.
That's what we wanted to hear.
So not only am I Florian's bodyguard, I'm now his publicist. Thank you very much.
Actually, you also did that when we shot Shang-Chi, but I wasn't announced yet. And you started to commenting under my pictures.
Oh, yeah,
and then everyone realized, man, this guy has to be in Shang-Chi as well. So you basically were my publicist.
Yeah, I like to do a little. Little.
Good job, man.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
My man.
Meng'er, what about you?
I love stationeries. I love stationery. I like fountain pen. I like doing journals. And I also like anime because my husband is a big anime fan. So.
And also, I'm gonna answer for Florian. I'm just gonna answer for everyone. Meng'er loves Lego. Her apartment in Sydney was like full, literally full of Legos.
Yes. Yes. I have so many Lego sets, and I give you one.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I have Mickey Mouse, the Disney train station, Upside Down World from Stranger Things.
Nice.
And oh my God, so many.
I can't wait to see the Shang-Chi one, Meng'er. That's good. You're gonna have it like in giant size. Lego's gonna send you one just for you. I know it. It's gonna be awesome. What about you?
I don't know. What is an unexpected thing that I do?
Exploring restaurants.
I do like restaurants. I like ordering. Okay.
Panic ordering.
I like panic ordering. Okay, so, I guess I'm known, I'm a bit of an instigator when it comes to first of all, I'm a foodie, I love restaurants, and I love getting big groups together, and then my favorite thing to do is to order way too much food for the table. Yeah. Because those of us raised in oftentimes immigrant families will understand if all the food on the table is finished, there wasn't enough food.
Especially when the restaurant tells us that the kitchen is about to close.
Yeah, then I'll just I'll panic because I'll be like, oh my God, and then I'll order 17 different things.
What's your favorite kind of food?
Do you guys know Korean? Have you guys been to Korean barbecue?
Absolutely.
Oh my God. I could eat Korean. Hell yeah, I could eat Korean barbecue every day.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Korean barbecue.
Question over here.
Hi, my name is Tyler. I'm from Fairfax, Virginia. One of my favorite parts in the movie was the karaoke lit scenes. If you had to pick someone from the entire MCU, actor or actress, who would you pick for a lit night doing karaoke with?
Me? Why me? I'm a very bad singer, trust me.
It's only because you and I have actually been to karaoke so many times.
Let's go again.
Meng'er takes karaoke very, very seriously. For a lit night, that's. I think you and karaoke would be pretty awesome. What's your go-to karaoke song?
I mean, first of all, I have to say we did a karaoke together.
Yeah, we did.
We don't see that in the movie, but we did.
Yeah, we filmed a version of the karaoke scene where Florian shows up at the end. Yeah. With a plate of nachos.
Yeah, exactly. On one arm, right? But that was fun. Everyone was afraid that I was letting on to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, letting it fall to you. But I would probably go with one of the songs that we had to prepare for that scene, which was Backstreet Boys.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yours.
You want me?
Come on. What if the crowd? Okay, ready? I'm gonna get the crowd into this. Y'all seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine, right? Okay.
Oh no.
Ready?
You are my fire, the one. Desire, believe when I say I
Tell me why.
And nothing but a heart.
There you go.
Tell me why.
Let's go.
So as you can see, I've got my karaoke crew right here.
Man, that's an invite I really want. Thank you for your question. Come over here.
Oh, hi, hold on. Let me check something. Ooh, it's a Korean heart. It's a Korean heart for all three of you. Wow. So anyways, hi, my name is Bill. I'm from Houston, Texas. And I love you guys 3,000. I love you guys 3,000, by the way. So my question to you guys is, which martial artist is your favorite and who would you like to collaborate in the next Shang-Chi movie? That goes to for all you.
Yeah, for me, it's got to be Jackie.
Yeah!
It's got to be Jackie. I don't know if you guys have read, I don't know how deep you guys are into Jackie Chan. I've read his memoir. He's just one of the most incredible inspirations. When you look at what he did for the action design landscape, before Jackie Chan, fight scenes were just two people and Jackie made it into such a human thing. He used set pieces and props and just redefined an entire genre. And I think he's just such an inspiration.
Okay.
So for me, because I'm into action movies since I'm a little kid, and it was always Jet Li. Because, the stunts, the movies that he pulled off, especially my favorite one of him was Kiss of the Dragon.
Yeah.
When, there's that one scene where there's big black guys coming in and there's Dirty Dog and it's going on. I was okay, this is the real deal. So, Jet Li, it would be fun to have him. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, for me it's Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah!
I'm very jealous that Simu had a training session with Auntie in the movie. Yeah. Yeah, yes.
No, shout out, yeah.
She's amazing, yeah.
She's amazing.
On set, and she always give me some tips of training, arms, and she's still training. She's just amazing.
I have to ask you as we get ready to wind this panel down, what has been the most rewarding part of being a part of this movie? Meng'er, we'll start with you.
Oh, I got myself a husband. And I got myself a brother. I got myself a really good friend here, and all of you here. Yeah! That's the most rewarding thing.
Yeah. Florian, what about you? What's been the most rewarding part, Florian, for you?
Well, first of all, it's always the experience, right? You always want to become better. That's the mentality of an athlete anyway. And the only way you can become better is if you surround yourself with people who are talented like that, because they elevate you to the next level. So I knew coming into this project, I will have the opportunity to work with beautiful, talented people who will do exactly that, and I'm very, very thankful for that and this journey.
Did you just call me beautiful?
Oh, you are?
Cute. Cute.
The story when you started, I was in my underwear. I was like, yeah, it's a good picture.
Okay.
I love it.
I want to see more.
And now we're there. Okay.
What does that mean for our characters now? We'll see. We'll leave that open.
Simu, what about for you? The most rewarding part of being a part of this experience?
I think it's, some of you guys may have heard I tweeted Marvel when this movie was first announced.
6 months before something. 6 months,
before I got 6 months before I got the role. It was literally right when they first announced that Marvel was making a Shang-Chi movie, and I think a lot of people misinterpret what that means. A lot of people think that it's because I tweeted that I got the job. But I've asked Kevin multiple times, and he's like, no, I never read the tweet, Simu. You didn't get the part because you tweeted. But I think there's something to be said for having a dream and allowing yourself the permission of manifesting it into the world. It wasn't just that I tweeted, it was that everything in my life was, I felt like I was slowly headed towards that point in the horizon. And to be honest, I didn't know how long it would take to get there, and I didn't know if I would ever get there, but I was so committed to the journey. The journey was what was so fulfilling about the whole thing. And even if I didn't, book this amazing, life-changing role, I'd still be looking to the horizon, still be doing everything that I could. And I think it's just, the whole experience has reiterated for me the value in having a dream, the value in recognizing that dream within yourself. And then this is the most important part, to give yourself permission to pursue it. There's so many things that we're afraid of. There's so many things that we don't want our parents to think a certain way. We don't want our friends to think a certain way. And that fear stops us oftentimes from doing the things that we truly most want to do. And so I think to be a conduit of that message of like, you can follow your dreams, you can manifest that which you truly want. I think that's been the most fulfilling part. And being able to speak to you guys about it, and to hopefully stir something up within you guys to pursue something that you've always wanted, to acknowledge that dream within yourselves. I think that's been the most exciting part.
I love that answer. I love that answer. We have a publicity team here. They're going to come out on stage and take 2 photos. We want photos with the crowd behind you guys, because this is amazing. So come on out. They are a publicity team approved to be here.
You guys
have
been great, by the way.
Please.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Awesome.
Hi, this is Michael Shanks, and you're watching Fandom Spotlight. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. The fate of the universe may depend on it. And have fun and follow your fandom.